Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and just coming at you with a quick video. Um, it's E3 week, and we got a bunch of gaming news going on. Yay, gaming news! Sorry, I am stupid sleepy right now. It is stupid late. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Anyway, but I got done watching the Bethesda conference, and I wanted to talk about virtual reality and like where exactly it's going with gaming, or at least where I think it's gonna go. And what brought this on was Bethesda. Bethesda was showcasing all the stuff they had, and they were saying that they were going to allow people to play virtual reality with Fallout 4. They were going to allow people to play Fallout 4 with virtual reality, and I just thought that's a bad idea. That's a really bad idea. And I was discussing it with Borna from Borna.tv, and he was saying a lot of the things that I already thought. Um, so if you're in that stream, I'm going to reiterate some of his points. But yeah, virtual reality is what they're doing with virtual reality now. It seems like they're trying to switch video gaming completely to virtual reality. Um, and I just don't see that happening. I really don't see that happening. Like in a similar way, how we went from 2D games to 3D being the norm, it's like they want virtual reality to be the norm, and I really don't see that happening because virtual reality, when you get down to it, is not convenient. Video games are the majority of people when they play video games. It's a relaxing entertainment for them. Um, Relaxing. I use that term because I know people's adrenalines get pumped up when they're playing, and etc. etc. But for the most part, it's something you come home maybe from a tired day, or you just feel like having fun or something like that. You switch it on and then you start playing, and it's really easy to start up to get into to play all that nonsense. Virtual reality, it takes time to set up, it takes time to get used to, and even if you can get past all that, your mind and body reach a kind of uncanny valley state where, because you have to mimic movement instead of actually moving. So, well, you are actually moving, but there are things in the game where it feels different from reality, so your brain has to adjust to it. And I'm not saying people can't do this and have fun. There are plenty of people who play VR games, but for the most part, I don't see gaming as a whole switching to virtual reality. In fact, I can see with the route Bethesda is trying to go, we're playing Fallout 4 on VR, it could easily die out because Bethesda seems to be using it as a gimmick in that regards. And this is something I also wanted to discuss on whether or not virtual reality is a gimmick. I don't think it's a gimmick because, in my opinion, when I hear the term gimmick, I think of something that doesn't add to the experience a significant amount, but is advertised that it enhances the experience. For example, 3D in video games. It enhances the experience somewhat, but not enough that to the point that it's being advertised. Like, you must get this because it's 3D. It's almost the exact same experience playing in 2D. Um, Virtual reality, I don't see it as a gimmick because it is completely changing what gaming is. But that's the same reason why I don't think it's going to catch on. And but something Borna said was he sees gimmicks as innovations that didn't catch on. Um, and I can certainly see where he's coming from with that. With virtual reality, I can, in the near future, maybe in distant future, depending on what you look at, maybe in 5 years, I can see it being a sort of category in gaming. Um, but I don't see it being too huge. Now, what can make it huge is if somebody comes out with a really good game for it, with a really good game for it, and and that game is well advertised, like a really popular Let's Player gets on the game, and that mentality spreads out. That is one way I could see virtual reality spreading. But unless that happens, like generally, what do you think of when you see virtual reality stuff? Do you think of yourself? Do you think of your friends, or do you think of Let's Players and streamers? And you see Let's Players and streamers doing virtual reality all the time. Well, not all the time, but you see them doing it on a consistent basis, is because it's either their hobby, their extreme hobby, or they get paid to test things, to test gaming stuff, different gaming atmospheres. They sometimes play bad games for money. Um, so that's why you can see them doing it. But virtual reality in itself, and again, I'm taking some of what Juana said. It's something you would take off the shelf, use it, think it's cool, and then put it back. And every time you think about using it, you think of all the stuff you have to go through just to get through to playing it. And I don't see that. Now, what I'm hoping we can do is that we can see virtual reality separate from video games. In the same way that we see sports separated from video games, even though at this current time, video games are sports, esports and whatnot, but we mentally, most of us don't see them as the same thing. I would like us to see video games and virtual reality as different things. I know that's asking a bit much, because video games are pleasurable activities done or made with a computer. That's pretty much the broad term of a video game. And virtual reality is still made with a computer. But I would like if the gaming atmosphere could separate themselves, because VR, to me, it just doesn't seem to. It just doesn't seem like it'll catch on and be as convenient as button pushing in video games. But I can still see it having a use. I'm not saying it's going to be obsolete. I'm not saying it's going to be obsolete in gaming. I can see it being used. I just don't see it completely transforming video games like certain companies want it to. And in regards to Fallout 4, like those are the types of games that should not be converted to virtual reality. At least not in the moment. I just think that it hits an uncanny valley that we don't want to go into with virtual reality. But I could be completely wrong. For all I know, maybe everybody watching this video has a VR. Maybe in a year, everyone will have a VR, and these things will be completely obsolete. So, just held up a PS3 controller. These things, yeah, current gen gaming and stuff. I'm a current gen gamer. No, I'm not. But yeah, those are my thoughts on virtual reality. I just wanted to put that out there after I saw Bethesda's conference. So what do you think? Do you think virtual reality is going to be a thing? Do you think it's going to be obsolete? Do you think it's just being used as a gimmick? What are your thoughts? I would like to hear them. Post them in the comments below, etc., etc. Now it is late. I need to go do something. I was about to say go to sleep, but I'm probably not going to go to sleep. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. So long. Farewell. As we just say, goodbye.